Now, this is my favorite monastery in Italy, convent, I guess. It used to be a monastery, but now it's run by the Brigidine sisters. And so it's a convent. But it for many centuries was run by Benedictine order of monks. This place is, it's in the most beautiful location in Italy. And it's a fairly large complex. It's got all these little villas, but they're basically where the nuns, or where initially the monks, would go ahead and have a retreat and just stay there, basically, by themselves. And they're small apartments where they can go ahead and even today be able to go ahead and have a retreat and stay by themselves. But here instead, this is exclusively created for guests that come to visit the monastery. Okay, so it's been there for a long time. It's called foresteria. Okay, and a forestieri for people that foreigners that well, foreigners in that time is anybody from another city was a foreigner. Okay, they spoke a different language, and they had different customs, so they were foreigners. And so, but when people traveled, they visited the monastery, they were able to stay there. Now, this monastery here is especially interesting for me because I went to Naples for while I was shooting the documentary. I went there many times, and Naples is very chaotic. And this place, at least at night or in the evening, I was able to go ahead and relax, be at peace, because the law, the Italian government passed a law that they could not build 500 yards from the perimeter of the monastery. So once you're in the monastery, it's very quiet. You can't hear any noise. And as you can see here, they have some fields where they actually grow. This is the main courtyard there, where there's the church, and here again the individual villas where the people can have retreats, stay. But it's a very very beautiful setting. But as you can see, they have a lot of fields that they cultivate their own vegetables. So that's what I was saying. In most cases, if you can eat there, I would suggest that you do it. You do it because usually they grow their own vegetables. And you see, they have vineyards, and they have figs, and they have fruit trees, and so forth. And they grow tomatoes, all sorts of vegetables. And here is, and they rotate the fields all year round. So they grow vegetables that are specifically for in season. And as you can see here, some chili, broccoli. Okay, now I have to tell you one interesting experience that I had when I stayed in the, since I've been there quite a few times. Now they know me. So when I say, I need to stay one or two nights, when I come to Naples this time, and say, okay, no problem, Professor Tata. And well, what happened is that one time I called and I told them that I made a reservation that I was going to stay there, but the nun forgot to put it down in the reservation book. So when I went there, the sister said, "Oh, welcome, Professor Tata," but they were full because they had a group going through, and said, "Well, let me," and she said, "Well, let me check and see what I can do." So she went and looked what was available, and I lucked out. She gave me the Cardinal Suite. So the Cardinal goes to this monastery for his own retreats. When he needs some peace and quiet, he goes up there, and so this is his suite. So I did really well that time because I asked the people that I was going to meet, "Why don't you come to the monastery? We'll meet here. I have a nice office." So they came, and when they were there, they were impressed that I had such a great setting. This is the bedroom, so, and the desk and so forth. So I mean, really nice setting. And This is still part of that convent. And this is where they have seminars. But as you can see, this is a very old, excuse me, this is a very old monastery. And the inside is just beautiful. Look at this hallway. At the end, there is a beautiful fountain. You know, still, you can appreciate the art and culture whenever you stay in these places, because a lot of them have so much history embedded in them that when you get in, you feel it right away, that you're in a very different place, a very sacred place, a place where a lot of history has gone through. This is still part of the suite where I stayed. Okay, another reason why I like to stay here is because it's in the highest place in Naples. It's on a promontory in Naples, and you can see the whole Bay of Naples. And you see, here is this is the island of Capri. There's Mount Vesuvius. There's Mount Vesuvius there, and there is a different view from it. You see, there's the city of Naples, and Vesuvius in the background, and again another view, a close-up view of the Mount Vesuvius. And that is sort of, as you see, there's the island of Capri, and then the promontory there is Sorrento, sort of across the Bay of Naples. You know, you have Sorrento there, and the Samona. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful place. And I have at the end, I'll show you a little film clip that I took of. And the beauty of it is, since I've been there, I was lucky because I've been there so many times, and I was there at different time, at different in different seasons. So I was able to, you know, to enjoy the place during different times of the year, and sometimes in the winters, and in the summer, and to tell you the truth, it's very well kept. So it's a nice place. They have a nice heating system. So even in the winter, it's well heated, and so that, you know, sometimes monasteries can be a little cold because you know, if they don't have a good heating system, then, you know, these old places can be a little chilly. But in most cases, though, they do have a good heating system.